Welcome back, friends. You may remember that we couldn't ride our motorcycles all the way to the Guma Lagoon. The unseasonal rains has completely submerged this region, turning tracks into a liquid swamp. So we parked our bikes in a nearby village and threw our gear into the back of this big 4x4 army truck and set off into the flooded unknown. Driving through the village was a total eye-opener. The water levels were so absurdly high that it looked like as if a permanent lake has swallowed the roads home. It is mind-blowing to see how people survive and adapt in such remote conditions. Check out this thornbush bomas. These spiky wooden fences are the only thing protecting them from the wildlife. And believe it or not, this remote region even has its own airstrip with helipad for travelers wanting to do high-end aerial travels over the delta. And here we are at our destination, Guma Lagoon Camp, and let me show you the ultimate reward. Drum roll, please. Dun, 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 dun. Now check out this view. After days of riding and fighting brutal sand, this is the absolute perfect place to kick back, grab a cold beer, and watch the sun dip below the horizon. This place is known for stunning sunsets and sunrises. At night, Roland made absolutely delicious dinner and we swapped some manly stories.
This network of informers.
Good morning, friends. It is day 9. I think it is day 9. I've forgotten the count of days of my Africa adventure. Last night we stayed here at Guma Lagoon. We were supposed to camp here, but because everything is flooded here, we were upgraded to these tent cabins. And today we're gonna go to the Okavango Delta. From our campsite, we boarded a motorboat to transit out to a remote island, which is a launching point for our Mokoro safari. Mokoro, by the way, is a wooden dugout canoe propelled by a polar standing at the stern. Local people have used these for thousands of years for fishing in this region, and today they are a tourist attraction. These are almost like the original African predecessor to the Venetian gondolas.
Wait. Yes, go.
Gliding through this dense canopy of trees in this quiet atmosphere is a very surreal and spiritual experience. You feel a bit like Alice in Wonderland entering a hidden world. Thanks to the rains, the Okavango Delta is in full bloom right now, filled with millions of water lilies and colorful wildflowers. Those yellow flowers. Out here there are no road or engine noise. All you hear is the ambient choir of birds and rustling papaya. In moments like these, it feels like it's just us and the open water. But it is far from the truth. Okavango Delta is absolutely teeming with deadly wildlife. As a matter of fact, our guides are navigating these canoes through the channels created by hippos and elephants. They leave behind these trails as they push through the reeds, creating openings for other animals and humans alike. The Mokoro ride is deceptively peaceful. Out here in these remote waters, total peace can turn into an absolute panic in a heartbeat. As we were navigating, suddenly a pod of massive territorial hippos surfaced right in our path.
Oh, there he is.
Our guides backed off quietly to give them a wide berth, and we waited in complete silence for them to pass. Once the coast was clear, we cautiously continued on to a small island landing where we stepped off to stretch our legs and take a guided bushwalk. While we didn't encounter any animals, the ground beneath our boots told a different story. It was covered with a variety of dung and tracks, proving that herds of elephant, buffalo, and even leopards have used this exact patch of ground. It is a bit of a spine-tingling feeling that you are being actively watched by the bush, even though it may look completely empty to us. We did see a hippo here, but we waited for him to clear before we entered this open area. After a heart-pounding bushwalk, it is time to take a break in the shade. The heat in the middle of the delta was getting oppressive. With some cheesy mugshots, it is time for us to reverse the process and trek back to the lodge. We hopped back into the Mokoros and began backtracking through the maze. Thank goodness our local guides possess a mental map of these swamps, because to an outsider you have no idea where you are. The delta looks identical in every direction you look. Endless small islands, identical acacia trees, and towering walls of these reeds that completely wipe out your sense of direction. The next morning, we picked up our gear, hopped back into the 4x4, and headed back to the village. Here are our beauties waiting for us. We are excited to rev up the motorcycles and eager to point the front wheels toward Maun. The road conditions on A3 were a bit of a hit and miss. There were a lot of dirt sections along the way. Today we are riding about 280 kilometers to Maun. Riding along A35, you pass through an endless chain of rural but vibrant villages. Now, you cannot ride through Botswana without tasting the local flavor. We pulled off to the side of the road to try some fresh, hot, local fried bread. It was perfectly salty, incredibly dense, and exactly what we were craving for.
How much is this one?
2 liters Coke.
No, this one.
70.
How does it taste?
Give me some of you greedy.
What do you want a second one? Huh?
Yummy. I cannot tell what's in it, but it tastes good. Yeah. But on the salty side. Back on the tarmac? Well, you hope for tarmac. On A35, we encountered massive sections where the highway was completely washed away by the flash floods. And where the asphalt managed to survive, it was riddled with deep zigzags of potholes that kept us on our toes, metaphorically and literally. With the midday sun beating down heavily, we pulled over for a much-needed water and snack break under the shade of a massive acacia tree. Getting back on the road, I had to laugh. It looked like we were navigating a literal minefield of cow dung. The massive herd had clearly decided to use this stretch of the tarmac. After some sand road riding, we were back on the tarmac and ready to pick up some speed. But out of nowhere, we were thrown into a wild encounter. A flock of massive ostriches erupted out of the dense bush and started sprinting full blast right alongside our motorcycle. They were absolutely flying, holding incredible speed and matching our pace with just feet away from us. It was breathtaking to witness their raw power and athletic stride so up close. As the rush and excitement of this incredible encounter wore off, an eerie thought hit me. What on earth spooked them? Was it the sound of our exhaust pipes? Or was a hungry lion or leopard hunting them out of the thick bush, right behind us? Well, we didn't stick around to find out. Thank goodness. A little farther down the road, I saw a large herd of wild elephants stepping out of the bush to cross the highway. Naturally, wanting to get a good view, we rolled onto the throttle to get a bit closer and brought our bikes to a complete stop. Well, that was a huge mistake. The matriarch was not happy. Oh my God, she's not happy. We did not know why she was so upset with us. Normally, elephants are not bothered by puny motorcycles. So we rolled forward and turned around at a safe distance to see. And then the puzzle pieces just clicked together. A young elephant calf, maybe 4 or 5, was trapped on the other side of the road, and we unknowingly had blocked its way. Well, that was a lesson learned, and a lesson I will never forget in my life. For all of you adventure travelers, never stop your vehicle directly in the crossing path of an elephant herd. There is an extremely high probability that there are more of them, especially the young ones or sometimes short-tempered bulls. If we had encountered a stressed, aggressive bull, instead of the matriarch giving us the mock charges, it could have ended in an absolute disaster. So, always give wildlife the right of way and keep your distance. My guess is that people living in these small villages, right in the heart of wilderness, know how to coexist with wildlife. From A35 that goes along the stretch of Okavango Delta, we are now merging onto Highway A3 heading toward Maun. These highways form a square around high density of wildlife-rich areas, including Okavango Delta, Chobe National Park, and several other national forests and reserves. In other words, we are still in the heart of wilderness, so we have to ride very carefully, keep our eyes peeled on the road, and not repeat the same mistake. A few kilometers down the road, we get off the main highway and take a sand road to our destination for the night, Sitatunga campsite on Tamalakane River. What an utterly insane and unforgettable day. I am still thinking of our encounter with the matriarch. From the tranquil, flower-covered waters of Okavango Delta to running for our lives. But I must admit, Africa continues to deliver the trip of a lifetime. Well, friends, we are here at our campsite, but the adventure is far from over. Today marks a massive milestone in this journey. Tomorrow I part ways with the rest of the group and begin my solo journey down to South Africa. I'll be tackling the famous Elephant Highway once again, completely on my own, and heading toward the outskirts of Kruger National Park to visit my good friend Terry. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and join me in the next leg of adventure. Ride safe and stay adventurous. I'll see you soon in the next episode. Bye for now.